about an average day on the street?
An average day. I don't know that we've had an average day yet. All the days are a little bit different, and depending on where we're going through, where we're going through in the country, it changes from here to there. But ideally, here's an ideal day. And an ideal day is 6 o'clock, we roll out of bed, and by 7 or 7:30, we're jumping in the minivan to go and start running where we left off the day before. Right now, I'm doing something in the 26 to 27 mile a day range for running. So try to start by about 8 a.m. running, where it's getting light out. I'll eat some oatmeal and some coffee before I get going, and then basically start running and run for about 5 or 6 hours. I stop every couple of miles to get some nutrients in me. I just eat some food and drink some water. Dean, who's over there, rides his bike ahead of me to try to get traffic a little bit out of the road, and make everybody aware that I'm kind of coming up shortly behind. And then at the end of the day, if we're lucky, we go through a town that has a pizza joint and we eat some pizza for lunch. If we're not lucky, then I eat a power bar for lunch or something like that. And then at the end of the day, we go back to the hotel or the RV park where we're staying, and get some work done, and then go to sleep for several hours and wake up and do it again the next day.
So it is for youth homeless. Tell us about that, how that works.
Yeah, so our website is www.RunTellmanRun.com, and we're raising $100 million for youth homelessness in the United States, which is a very, very large goal, but fortunately, very large goals get a lot of attention, a lot of people jump on board. So we've been having a lot of luck with people going to the website and donating. We've had a lot of luck with people donating just on the side of the road, or they see it on TV, or they hear about Run Tellman Run in the newspaper or on the radio. People have been really, really, really supportive. Both individual donors and corporate donors are just getting heavily involved, and so that's been really, really great. There are millions of kids that are going to experience homelessness in the United States this year, and there are kids that die on the street every day in the United States because they don't have a place to sleep. And that's completely ridiculous. Somebody has to do something about it, but it's a challenging problem because you have a lot of kids who maybe are coming from really bad homes, whether they're an abusive situation and what have you, one way or the other. It's not a good home life. They end up on the streets. They don't know what to do. They don't want to go back home, right? Because it's a terrible situation, and they don't want to talk to anyone about it because they don't want to get shipped back to a bad situation. So they end up on the streets, either selling drugs or getting involved in prostitution just so they can eat, before they're 18. And so it's a kind of a vicious cycle that's very under the radar, because you walk down the street in either a rural area or in a city, you see a kid sitting on the side of the road begging for money, right? They're clearly able-bodied and able-minded, and you think, well, go get a job, right? Well, you can't go get a job if you don't have an address. Bottom line, if you don't have a cell phone, to get a call back, it doesn't happen. And so it's really a vicious cycle, and what we're trying to do is raise a huge amount of money in order to implement programs in all the existing shelters and outreach organizations that are already out there that need funding. And so we're partnering with youth shelters and outreach programs all the way across the country, both on our route as I'm running from New York to LA, and in all the other states that aren't on the route that want to get involved. So they can contact us on our website as well. And as people go there, they get on our email list. We keep folks updated, and as donations come in, we then redistribute all the funds, because 100% of the money that we're raising is going directly to causes like that. So nobody's taking a cut of the top.
So how are your feet?
Well, they're pretty good overall. They hurt a little bit right now, but as the run goes on, they're getting stronger every day. And working out in any way, the more you do it, the stronger you get. As far as I know, I'm the first person to try to run across the country barefoot. But things are going really well so far, and hopefully they'll just keep going better.
Perfect. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you.
Wonderful.
in Battery Park, and we're at mile 484. So that's averaging 10 miles a day, but that's including all the rain days, and there's been a lot of rain days. So far it's going really, really, really well. People have been super supportive of the run across the country. But, whether it's media really getting the word out, or individuals pulling over on the side of the road and donating money to the cause, which has been crazy, but it happens every single day. And then lots of people go to our website, which is www.RunTellmanRun.com, and get on our email list and donate right on the site. And so the amount of support that we've been getting for this whole thing has been tremendous, but certainly at points it's been very, very difficult as well. We can't run on interstates, of course, or divided highways, which basically leaves secondary highways and back roads. And the degree to which secondary highways and back roads are kept up varies a lot. And so sometimes you're on nice, smooth pavement that feels really good to run on, and sometimes you're on very broken, jagged pavement with lots of broken glass and that kind of stuff. So that's a challenge. But overall, things have been really, really, really great with the run.
Okay, and why is this something that you wanted to do in the first place?
Well, number one is that there are millions of kids in the United States that are going to experience homelessness this year. And what we're doing is raising $100 million for youth homelessness in the United States to help do our best to stamp out the problem. I decided that I was going to run across the country. I was really inspired by Sir Richard Branson, who of course started Virgin Records and Virgin Mobile and Virgin Airlines and about 300 other Virgin companies. He's a self-made multi-billionaire, and I got a chance to spend a week on his private island a year and a half ago. And in doing that, I also met the CEO of Virgin Unite, which is Branson's nonprofit, and learned about the youth homelessness problem in the United States. And as I learned more about it and was really inspired to think a lot bigger, I said, well, geez, I could probably run across the country. And then I eventually upgraded to that to, hey, no one's ever tried to do it barefoot, why don't I see if I can pull that off? And so decided that about a year and a half ago, and here we started about a month and a half ago, and things are going pretty well.
And how's it going on your feet, your body?
Overall, great. Had no major injuries. There have been a couple of times where I've had to take a day or two off just to kind of recoup. But overall, every day we're increasing our mileage. I'm now running just over a marathon a day, every day that we don't have rain, and I'm trying to increase that as we continue to go across the country.